Hey, Sarge. So, yep, welcome to the new FMAC.
Hey, thanks. Oh, FMAC. What does FMAK stand for?
Well, you know,
I'm the
give
fucking
it a
voice of
give it a
reason
minute,
around here,
Sarge.
and you
I
got
think
me
it'll come
pissed
to you.
off.
Hello, people. Although right now I don't think there are actually any people here, but hopefully some of you will watch this afterwards. Uh, Let me just say that what I am about to talk about, I have discussed with the other guys because we really are a team here, and everybody else on the team either pretty much agrees in principle with what I am going to tell you, or they don't really care that much, or they've got real life things to worry about and think all this YouTube stuff is silly. But anyway, let me just say, because this came up last night with chat about, having new rules. Well, it's not really new rules. What we are doing here is we're trying to get back to what we started wanting to do, and that is to have a channel where we can come and hang out and talk about stuff, and other people can come in and hang out and talk about stuff and not have to worry about all the various hassles out there in life or in the rest of the cesspool that is known as social media. And I will admit, we have strayed from our mission a little bit along the way. I certainly have. We got into some silliness with other channels, and it was silly because, why should we worry about what a bunch of morons have to say when we're moronic enough on our own? So, let me just tell you again, it sounds like I'm setting out new rules, but this is what we always wanted to be. We wanted to be a place where people can come and meet and talk to each other, and we wanted it to be neutral ground for everybody. You know, when I first met Sarge and started getting involved in this kind of panel stuff, he was spending a lot of time talking about that guy by the name of Fraudit Wrangler. And I didn't know much about it. And we talked about that stuff a lot. Hello, Kiwi. Um, and by the way, Kiwi, my large meal is on the way. Hello, Nerdy Joe. Anyway, you know, we would talk about those channels like that, and then later along came that toddler guy and stuff. But we never meant to really get into this back and forth stuff. But I'm straying from what I wanted to say. Oh, but the thing is, I think y'all know that at least for those of us in our circles here, you know, Wrangler's Place is like one of the worst for many reasons. And but we have had Wrangler people come here. There's a couple of them that became regulars over here and are, have become good friends of the channel. Let's put it. I always not sure what to call our people since we don't have members in that, but I like the two people that have announced themselves here. They come in regular. I consider them like friends of the channel. Anyway, so we welcomed in like the Kaiser people that came in, and as long as they acted correctly, I'm sorry to use a word like that, but and we've had there's been times in the past that I have asked people rather firmly not to bring in their arguments from other channels. And I've told people also, I remember one night we had people on the panel that started jumping on one of those Kaiser or former Kaiser people, whatever it is. And I said, no, we don't do that here. You're not going to sit here and gang up on a guy who can't fight back. Anyway, like I say, this is who we always meant to be. And I know lately I've been cracking down on the vulgarity, but I'm sorry. If you can't come up on panel and talk, have a discussion about a subject, or just sit here and shoot the bull without saying the effing mother effing piece of this and blah, 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 string. I don't want to hear it. And I think a lot of the people that hang out in our chat don't need to hear it anyhow. Basically, the thing we talk about amongst ourselves that we want to go by is be PG-13. You know, we're not going to be Puritans. I mean, all of us swear on occasion. I certainly have tried to cut mine back. But, you know, I think the word that I mostly keep thinking of is respect. We want people to come in. We want them to respect the channel, respect the panel, and respect each other in chat. Hey, Biscuits, how are you doing? And we want people to come and have fun, and you can have discussions. Just don't go crazy about it, And when we ask you, hey, back off a little bit, don't throw a tantrum and say, oh my God, I thought this was America and it's free speech. And I'm not even going to get into how the First Amendment does not apply. Think of it more like you're coming into someone else's house and you adjust yourself to the way they live or you leave. Anyway, I will say we will be in a constant state of adjustment. We might feel that we're going too far one way and we'll pull back. So I ask you to bear with us on that. One of the things I was thinking of is for people want to know, but where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? It's actually hard to define that. Well, I mean, there are some lines we right off, the four of us from the beginning said there is a certain N word we don't want to hear. That's a firm line. But as far as, like how out of hand you can get in chat or whatever, it's tough. And I keep thinking about, I remember when I was a kid, seeing on the news, the Supreme Court was discussing pornography. And one of the justices said, I cannot define it, but I know it when I see it. And I'm sorry, it might not sound fair, but that's basically the way we're going to be. And, when I say we, it's mostly me because, I'm the vice principal around here, whatever you want to put it. I tend to be the one to try to bring in some discipline, But like I said, our whole goal is just for everybody to come here and feel comfortable and be able to talk to each other. And even if you do come from so-called enemy channels, just come here. It's neutral territory. We want to be Switzerland, Anyway, I know there was like some people were upset last night in chat, and I have no idea what people are saying about me elsewhere because I don't really want to know what's going on in Discord or wherever. I've had people try to tell me and I say I don't want to hear it. But if you've been part of any of those discussions, I just want to explain. That's the basic idea. We want to be Switzerland. We want people, no matter who you are, to come in here. And as long as you act with some respect for each other and for the channel, you're welcome here. I don't, believe it or not, I don't like banning people, because, that's a permanent thing. But my thing I try to do is when, with chat, if I see people getting a little out of hand, I'll try throwing out like a 10-second, timeout, and maybe it'll get their attention. If that doesn't work, yeah, try like 10 minutes. And I'm sorry, it might be a failing of mine, but if they come back after the 10 minutes and they start saying, you're just an asshole, you're trying to control what I have to say, and yeah, then I'm either going to hit the 24-hour in YouTube, or if I hit it from the StreamYard side, you're gone forever unless if it's a YouTube ban, Sarge has to decide to bring you back, and I'm sure he'd ask me why I did it first if he wasn't here at the time. Uh, yeah, yeah, Biscuits. That we want people to be able to have discussions, and to you can disagree without calling each other, fucking assholes or whatever, or just you can disagree with somebody without making fun of the way they look. And that I know, I obviously, you guys know, I tell like a lot of Kiwi jokes and Alaska jokes and all that, but I think everybody understands, that's just friends, screwing with each other. But I don't know if I see somebody, you know, calling somebody a fag because they are gay, as far as I'm concerned, you've crossed the line. You know, just like the N word, I don't want to see that at all. And let me just say this: I don't even care what color you are. Don't come in here, especially don't come up on the panel and say, "Well, why I can say that because I'm black." No, you know, not here. Anyway, I don't want to make this real long. I just wanted to put this out there to try to explain where we're coming from, where I'm coming from. We don't want to be, have sticks up our ass and just control everything. And we don't want to treat people like a kindergarten class. And it bugs me how many people they act like a middle school class. But please, like everybody that's here right now, you're all regulars of one type or another. I'm just asking you to stick with us while we find our way. Hopefully, you're going to like where we're going with this. And if you don't like the direction we're going, and I know you're waiting for me to say, if you don't like it, leave. No. I mean, if you have a good reasoned response and you say, hey, I'm not sure, this exactly is right, or hey, maybe you were a little rough on that person. I'm willing to listen. I mean, I'm not going to necessarily just do what other people want. There are 3 people here that I do listen to, and they all are represented by the FMAK. As far as I'm concerned, that's the main group I have to listen to, but I am interested in you guys, especially the regulars who come here, because I want you to come back. I want you to feel comfortable coming here. I feel like I'm talking in circles. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. That's who we want to be, and I want us to be known for things like what we're doing over at the podcast channel. I want us to be known for people to be able to come here and feel comfortable and have conversations either in chat or on the panel. And thank you for saying that, Biscuits. I'm not too sure about your math, but I'll take it. Anyway, you guys, thanks. See you again. I'll probably be on tonight. Again, I don't have much of a life otherwise, I'll actually wait about 2 minutes before I hit the end stream, in case anybody wants to say anything because I know there's that lag between here and by the time you get to type something. So, like, if if you have a question that I can answer, but like I said, a lot of it is sort of the know it if you see it thing, and maybe sometimes it'll come off as unfair. I got to tell you about this. I try to be objective. I try to be even-handed, but I will admit, if somebody comes in and they're talking crap to somebody like Nerdy Joe, and it's somebody who's not a regular here, I am much more likely to hit the switch quicker. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, that's the way it is. I start to look at the regulars as my people, and I don't like people coming after my people. Um, anyway, I will say this, and I think I can speak for Sarge on this, because this directly relates to him because, the YouTube side is totally that's his, he owns that as far as the Finkel page. But I think he'll agree with this. We don't necessarily expect the mods to be doing a lot of that kind of stuff, Maybe if you think someone's getting out of hand, instead of, I'll tell you what, feel free to give out this short timeouts to get people's attention. But if you're wondering what you should do, hello XO, if you're wondering what you should do, do the thing where, it gets my attention on there, how you highlight the name and say, like, hey, Muckster, do you see what Kiwi is saying, or something like that? And, let us decide, and again, a lot of it, it's going to go by what's going on at the time. I'm sorry, can't be real specific. But mostly, you guys that have the wrenches, look for put the links up and stuff like that, and do what you're comfortable with. I guess we don't expect you to be the police. Yeah, I think I really have said enough now. Just bear with us. We are trying. We want to be different. What's the sense in us being like all the other channels? Why even bother being here, right? So, see you guys later. Thanks for stopping in. Hello, Bob Saget, even though, yeah,